Hello ladies and gents, the Royal Australian here. I'm going to explain each and every rule that Jarb here broke whilst playing against me here. First up, if we go to the forum rules, sorry, not rules, might be, here we go, site rules. If we go to gameplay miner, the gameplay miner is what's called a procedural error in real life terms. Minor unintentional gameplay errors that can be fixed by an administrator by simple instruction. I am a judge in real life, and I instructed the person to remove his Sky Striker airspace area 0 from the field, or set it face down. They failed to comply with gameplay miner, and then subsequently failed to follow the instructions again and again. Committed two gameplay major offenses. There we go, that's the word I was looking for. This would have resulted in a judge giving him a game loss, which is major unintentional gameplay errors that caused major disruption of the game and is beyond repair by an administrator or upgrade after a second gameplay minor offense. So basically, a player can be given two minor offenses before minor rule infractions before they can be given a major. To be fair, it should be. I think these should be changed. I think an additional gameplay infraction should be added. Procedural error, gameplay strict after major, failing to follow failed to follow an administrator's instructions. Plus, I got the magic still. If I go back to my duel records, I got the sound muted for a reason here. They fixed their mistake there, so I'll give him that. He accidentally drew off of Salem Moby's effect, but it can't resolve because Mystic Mine. So we'll continue. I added prohibition to the hand. There was a bit of a disruption in the connection, as indicated by Jarb. I usually state I have 0 counters. This is his mistake right here. He did not shuffle the deck off of Area 0's effect, I think. This time around it did not comply with the shuffling rule of Area 0. Whenever you activate the effect of a card such as Pot of Duality, Area 0, Pot of not Pot of Prosperity. Why am I saying Pot of Prosperity for? Sorry. A Pot of Duality, Pot of Avarice, Jar of Avarice, or Transmigration of Prophecy, if you don't comply with its shuffling rule, you are committing what's called a procedural error minor. And a procedural error minor is, if I just pull this up on the documents here, I've got the YGO TCG policy here. A few examples of procedural error. If I just Control F. These are a few examples of procedural error. This is another example of procedural error. A player activates the effect of Sky Striker Airspace Area 0, adds a Scene Sky Striker card to the hand, and fails to shuffle the deck the first time around. After they're using that effect, before they can use Metal Foes Fusion's Shuffle into the deck, draw 1. I said game state fucked as you didn't shuffle the deck off of Area 0's effect. They failed to comply with their own card's effect. It requires you to also shuffle the rest into the deck. That's a requirement. But I shuffled before drawing. It literally doesn't matter. They claims. You must keep the game state in order. And if we look at the Duelingbook rules, this is non-compliance, refusing to comply with an administrator's, or in this case my instructions. I'm not a judge on this site, but I'm trying to follow these rules at the same time here and advise them that they must follow the rules of the site during a rated duel. A player fails to comply with an administrator's or their opponent's instructions after being given 30 seconds to do so. Another example is a player continues to be excessively slow when making a move after being told to play faster. Refusing to play after receiving a warning, or after an issue was addressed and solved. This guy failed to follow the rules of Sky Striker Ace, Sky Striker Area, Airspace Area 0, and subsequently got into an argument with me about it. He claims that the game state didn't change. The game state changed when he didn't use the effect of Airspace Area 0, failing to comply with shuffling the deck first before the effect of Metal Foes Fusion. He literally contradicted himself, returning Metal Foes Fusion from the graveyard to the deck, and only shuffling the deck off of that card's effect. Well, you must do so when it comes to this card, Pot of Avarice, Jar of Avarice, Transmigration, or Prophecy as well. You must do the same thing when it comes to shuffling all banished cards to the deck in both players removed from play zone when it comes to the use of Necrophase's effect. Same deal. We'll continue. It was fucked due to a procedural error minor infraction from you. Once again, procedural error minor examples are listed here. Pause to read. Call a judge if you want. He's really He claims nothing changed. You are required to follow the order of not only chains but also game state. That is also very true. It is also listed in the policy here. If I just control F, game state. Oh, what? There is no game state here, but there is a 32-bit penalty guidelines. That's a penalty guide here, but the other penalty guidelines, like the for the judge program, to help with the judge program, that's also here. He claims in actual games you only need to shuffle when it matters. Well, it matters because you fail to comply with the effect of Sky Striker Airspace Area Zero's shuffling requirement, which requires you to randomize the deck twice if you are going to use that effect and Metal Force Fusion's graveyard effect. You are required to shuffle the deck after you use that card's effect, Airspace Area Zero's effect, and then shuffle the deck again once you have used the effect on Metal Force Fusion. That's how it works. This is how I play my Sky Strikers. Such as when you use Area Zero's Pot of Duality effect, which is when it matters. Look at that. I complied with the same exact effect here, but on this card. Except I'm not using Sky Strikers. I am using Solemn Judgment. I think I spelled the effect, the Sky Striker Maneuver Afterburn is wrong, but whatever. I made a bit of a mistake there by not putting a Shard of Greed counter. Sorry, I counter on Shard of Greed there. There's his next mistake. Tries to activate another area 0 when he can't. Here's why. As you can clearly see on my screen, I have a face-up field barrier on the field. What does this tell you guys? It tells you this. Again, non-compliance. Cheating. It includes, but is not limited to, intentionally misrepresenting game state or rules. Intentionally drawing several cards with the intention to cheat. These are examples. Misrepresenting the rules to an opponent in order to gain an advantage. Or misinterpreting the amount of life points gained or lost by an effect with the intention to cheat. In my case, this guy was misrepresenting the rules to my opponent in order to me, if you will, his opponent, in order to gain an advantage. I made a bit of a mistake there. Can't field barrier. Okay, I'll just discard area 0 then. Alright, DC'd again? Or are you stalling on purpose? I thought he DC'd again. Click to start turn. Then get that card off the field or set it face down. He's refusing to comply with an instruction. Non-compliance. Refusing to comply with an instruction given by your opponent or a judge or an administrator. I told him field barrier. Call a judge. Not online. Damn, guess we have to wait. You're speaking to a judge. Okay? In real life too. I outlined that I'm only a judge in real life. This does not comply that I'm a judge on this site yet. I have not passed the judge exam on this site yet. I only scored 61% with no correct answers. But they grade you in 2 areas. He claims no game state changes. Start your turn or sit until a judge comes online and tells you it doesn't matter. Well, they'll tell me it does matter because you're breaking another fucking rule. Non-compliance. Rule sharking is another one. Cheating. Lying to me. But I'm not an administrator. And I won't boast the fact that I'm that you may think that I'm one either. I'm not an administrator for the site, but I will not accept a liar either. Field barrier prevents any player from destroying any field spells. It also prevents their activations. Okay, I would have just discarded it anyway. It doesn't matter. Get your fucking field spell off the field. I lost it at him there. Nope. And quit being toxic. Nope. This is not going to stop being toxic. Okay. Is this how you get your wins all the time? Literally no one would care about this. I do. Okay, then wait for a judge. Get the fucking card off the field. Nope. No game state changes. It'll be one thing if it mattered. When judges go offline, this becomes our problem. It claims this doesn't become our problem. Get the card off the field. I don't care. Get the card off the field. I don't care. Get the card off the field. I don't care. Get the card off the field. Warned for trolling. You are by not complying with field barrier. You cannot activate a field spell. Period. I called the judge. And the player tried to destroy evidence. They continuously pointed at my cards too. And he attempted to destroy evidence. Well, this replay holds evidence here. I left this duel afterwards. Pause to read. Non-compliance. Cheating. Lying to an administrator or another player, in my case. Rule sharking. Gameplay, procedural error. How many offenses do you think Jarb committed? Let me know in the comments below. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a huge shout out for to this guy. Okay, well. The Yugi Flow for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much, my dude. You've also earned a subscriber from my end and look to collaborate with you soon. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.